Hello students, welcome for today's session. The topic for today's session is HTML images. As you all know, you open any website, the first thing what you find is an image. Now, the next question is, how are these images being placed on your web page? Images are not technically inserted into a web page. Images are linked to web pages. The HTML image tag is used to embed an image in a web page. The image tag creates a holding space for the referenced image. This tag is empty. It contains only attributes and does not have a closing tag. The image tag has two required attributes, source and alternate. The source attribute specifies the path to the image. The alternate attribute specifies an alternative text for the image. The width and height are two optional attributes which we can use with the image tag. These attributes define the width and height of the image in pixels. The screen depicts the syntax of using the image tag. Image source is equal to URL. URL here stands for the path of the image, followed by alternative text. Sometimes the image is not being displayed properly on your web page. In such cases, we can use alternative text so that even if the image is not displayed, some information about the image can be displayed. The next slide depicts a simple example of using images. How we are going to use image in our web page. The first thing we are starting with the HTML tag, that is our root element, followed by the body tag. This is where your content of the web page is going to be placed. We have used the heading tag. We have given the heading as HTML image, followed by a paragraph tag saying this is example for image tag. The image source is going to specify the path to the image. You all can notice it is just the name of the image, not the entire path to the image. Alternative text is given as flower. So if the image is not being able to display, then it is going to just display simple text saying flower. The width and height of the image is specified in terms of pixels. Width is specified as 500 pixels and height is specified as 377 pixels. You can customize the width and height according to your requirements, followed by closing the body tag and the HTML tag. So this is just one example of how we are going to use the image tag. Now let us see a practical demonstration of how we are going to use the image tag. Okay, so the first thing what I am going to do is open my notepad. I have created a folder called cars on my desktop and placed an image of a car. Now what is going to be important is I am going to copy the path of this image. So I am going to the properties, location and copying the path of the image. Okay, so let's start with our root element HTML, followed by the head tag. Title of the web page I am going to give as HTML image. I am going to close the head tag. This comes the body. I am going to give the heading as HTML image. Close the heading tag. I'm going to use a paragraph tag and write this is an example of image tag. Okay, so after this is an example of image tag. I'm going to close the paragraph tag. Text. Image SRC stands for the source, that is the path. So I have copied the path of the image. I'm going to paste it over here. I need to change this. So the entire path to the file I have copied, and then I give the name of the file car.jpg, followed by alternate text. So if the image is not being able to display, what text I want to display should be specified with the alt attribute. Width, going to give it as 500, and height I will give it as 500. Both I am going to give it same. And then we have to remember that image tag does not require a closing tag. So I am just going to the next part. Close the body tag, close the HTML tag. So starting with HTML, head tag, body, this is where the content of our web page is going to be written. Image source, the entire path to the image I have given. Alternative text is specified. Width and height of the image is specified. So now remember this. I'm going to save this file. I'm going to save the file on my desktop. To save it as example 13. Always remember we have to save it with the extension .html. Click on all files, save. Okay, we have to remember one thing. This file I'm going to save it on my desktop, but my image is here. Example 13 is on my desktop, but my image is over here, cars, and here is my image. That is why I have specified the entire path. Now when I open this file, you can see here the image is being displayed. The title of the web page is given as HTML image. Heading I have given as HTML image, and then paragraph I have included. This is an example of image tag. Now one thing you have to remember. Now if I don't want to give entire path, then I'm going to just give the image name. I'm going to save as, now just check, I'm going to save as example 14.html. Save it as all files, but I'm going to save it in my cars folder over here, where my image is placed. In the same folder I'm going to place this file. That is why I need not give the entire path, because it is within the same folder. I click on save. Now let us go and check the output for this one. So you can see here the same thing, the same image is being displayed. This example was shown to you to understand when you have to use the complete path of the file for your image, and when you have to just use the name of the file. So this comes to the end of the session. Thank you students. We will continue with the next session.